And we are back again. Your friendly football. I'm your humble host. Set it off, Chris, with me. Chris,
Yes,
you
sir.
remember last time we were on the show and we talked about Trevon Diggs being released.
Come on, last year.
Yeah, last year.
Come on,
um,
last year. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
Chris, now less than 24 hours later, Trevon Diggs found a new home with the Green Bay Packers. And I'm not one of those people that wish the worst for anybody that leaves the Cowboys. I hope that he goes there and he balls out. He's able to have a resurgence in his career. You know what I'm saying? Um, but are you surprised that the Packers claimed him from waivers rather than trying to let him become a free agent?
No, I think that's the best thing you want to do if you see a talent. And
Mm-hmm.
salute to him. I know his family's going through a little bit of turmoil right now. God willing,
Yeah.
everything kind of smooths out over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and you haven't even talked about that part, but yeah, I hope
Yeah.
everything smooths out over on that side of the world. But long story short, no, I think if you see a talent, you think a
Mm-hmm.
guy's in a position where he's healthy and he wants to be able to come and play and things of that nature, and maybe you want those some different things that you want to do with your defense, you
Mm-hmm.
go out and go get it. That what you want, you go get. Don't leave it up to choice to anybody and everybody through the league. You go pick him up and go from there.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Um, that whole situation will go down as we talked about before in our last video, is one of the goofiest decisions. One along one of the goofier decisions by our front office.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were some different things where people weren't doing certain things. Hey, I want to stay behind to be with family. Hey, I'm gonna go kick it at a concert. Little stuff like that, man. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of immaturity. But at the end of the day, I wish nothing but the best for Trayvon, him, his family, and for his football career. I hope things go well. Are they in the playoffs?
Yes, as it stands right now.
Okay, good. Can anything change them not getting into the playoffs?
I don't believe so. I think that the only spot that can change are the Panthers and the Bucks. So
Okay,
I,
well,
I think that they're locked in at the moment. But don't quote me, of course.
I mean, I'm just caring about the draft pick. That's all
Yeah,
I care about. I
yeah,
care about the
that's all I
draft
want.
pick.
That's all I
So,
want.
if they go out early, don't make it at all. I'm super excited. I don't want them to go further than they need to because I don't want that pick too far down the board. But it may work out being further down the board because people will evaluate some things and they may come up and give me what I want. I need I need another first round going into next year. So,
Yeah,
I want some things happen. But man, for him and his family, man, salute to him. I want none but the best for him, and
for
we'll
sure,
go from there.
for sure. So we can kind of talk about it now.
Talk about what? Talk about what?
So because people that have a little bit more to lose than us have been talking around it. You know what I'm saying? What exactly happened with Diggs? You know what I'm saying? Um, so as you know, he came out and talked about how he was trying to be a handyman, even though he's a multimillionaire, and was up on like a 12-foot ladder, even though I doubt that he owns one, and was trying to mount a TV, not to the wall, but from the
To a
roof
pole,
to a
from the
pole, right?
roof,
Yeah,
right?
and when he was in the
So,
act of doing such,
right,
the pole that was hooked up to the roof
right,
that he probably used like his Milwaukee or even a snap on because Diggs got money. Even if he
yeah.
might have had like a snap on like a driver because that's what you need to go through that. You need a
Hey,
driver to go
hey,
through that.
yeah, yeah, man.
And that pole that was connected to the TV that was connected to the roof fell
Right.
and hit him in the head.
Knee bone connect to
Um,
the ankle
yeah,
bone,
yeah.
that type of thing. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fell
Chris,
him in the head.
now we know people. My phone ain't
I,
gold,
I,
Chris,
I I mean, I
but
mean, I
it's
mean,
like stainless steel or something. Did you believe that story when he came out and said that?
hell no.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I
Mhm.
didn't believe it. And because we do have, we don't, we ain't in the building, but we know some people who walk around and they keep cue card works.
Mhm.
Um, I still don't believe how this whole thing, delved out. First it was the pole hit him in the head.
Mhm.
Then there was some dance classes that may have
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
that caused the pole to hit him in the head.
Allegedly,
Then
of course. Allegedly, of
allegedly, of
course.
course,
Hmm.
and then there was allegedly, some fisticuffs, some hands
Hmm.
have been thrown. We
Hmm.
heard so many different stories about
Allegedly,
it.
of course.
Yeah,
Allegedly, of
yeah,
course.
all that stuff is alleged. But
Hmm.
here's the thing that was consistent
Hmm.
with that whole situation. He was not in love with playing zone defense
Hmm.
under Eberflus's system. And it's for us to not see everyone deteriorate in their talents in
Hmm.
this system. That's
Nah,
that's
no,
that's
hold on,
across
no,
the board.
Chris.
Okay, go.
Everybody did regress in this system now.
That's what I said.
Okay, I
To
thought you said
see
everyone didn't.
no,
Excuse me.
no, to see everyone
Hmm.
regress in their talents in this system goes
Hmm.
back to coaching.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. So I'm just a big football is something that these guys play on a professional level. It's the hardest league to get into. Once you get in there, it's very hard to it's very hard to stay. But my thing is everybody regressed. So he was being vocal about it.
Hmm.
We beat this thing to nauseum.
Hmm.
Eberflus didn't. He probably came here saying, "Oh, I'm going to be able to coach him." He doesn't coach Michael Parsons. He's
Hmm.
gone. DeMarcus Lawrence leaves. We've already talked about Jordan Lewis leaving,
Hmm.
and it was a deteriorated team. So once he
Yeah.
got a few pieces of talent, it started to show certain areas. But I just look at this as we somehow we had to come to a meeting of the minds because you weakened yourself by cutting this guy.
Hmm.
And even though he was a malcontent and he didn't want to be there at his job, then that's fine. So now how do we move forward? How do we move
Yeah.
forward? You cut him. I don't think you get a compensatory pick for it, do we?
No. No.
Okay. So we basically just cut this guy as if we had
Well,
his replacement.
you do get to save a lot of money though. You save, so
Okay.
you kind of
But
got to
but
do a
here,
little bit of math because you
well,
save like $12 million against the cap, but then there's a dead cap hit of like $5 million. So you save like six and a
seven,
half or something like that,
yes, yeah.
almost
So
seven.
yeah. So
So this,
but my thing is with that 7 million,
now
what do we do with
you
it?
have to include this though. Like there's also an extra, like almost a half a million because the Packers claimed him. So we get that. The Cowboys get that money back against this year's cap that they're gonna roll over. So you gotta do a little bit of mathematic gymnastics
Man,
to
listen,
your numbers.
I'm not trying to find a way to cut, save some money on my taxes.
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure how to
I
put a
am.
team together to win
I am.
football games. I mean, I do every year, but in the Cowboys case, they got enough write-offs. My
Yeah.
problem is even with the 7.5 million that you have, we've
Hmm.
watched this team in the past
Hmm.
not take money that they had that they got back from making these moves that we felt were beneficial to the team,
Yeah.
and then go out and get better players.
Hmm.
That's the thing. That's the thing I'm worried about now.
And so that's kind of been their weakness over the last few years. They've been hemorrhaging talent over the last few years. And it really came to a crescendo this year. That's a Ti word of the day.
Okay.
It came to a head this year where the distinct lack of talent in a multitude of areas, they couldn't do nothing with it. And then you compound that with bad coaching. Get out of here.
Yeah, but I'm saying it wasn't like the fact of the matter. We thought they did have talent in certain areas. We did think, hey, drafting Mozzie Smith in the first round would have been a good situation.
I'm out
What's
to make
going
chat
on,
box.
man? Happy
Thank
New
you
Year,
very much.
dog.
Hope you
Happy New
enjoyed
Year,
your New Year.
Mal.
Thank you.
Hey, they have been throwing picks at high spots at places to replace people.
Yeah.
It's not like they haven't been trying to do that on the defensive side of the ball. Sam
Hmm.
Williams, Mozzie Smith, Osa,
Yeah.
Maris Luafau,
Hmm.
Overshown, Revel. They have been throwing draft picks at that side of the ball to try to get players to produce. Is Izaraku. So I'm not saying that they have hemorrhaging talent that isn't what they're doing. Their talent hasn't been producing that they've been bringing in.
Yeah, sure.
They haven't been
I
bringing
mean,
in.
but then you got to think about the draft picks that they threw away in trades and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Trey Lance for a fourth. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure that this guy will throw a beautiful ball on Sunday. a fourth for Joe Milton. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen. First off, I got the most athletic back flipping, beautiful ball throwing back up in the league. Don't you say nothing bad about Don't you say nothing about Joe Milton. But I mean, but here's the thing about it. Whereas you turn around, you think, hey, I give a 4th round draft pick for Jonathan Mingo, he should be able to produce. But nah, it turns around that your 5th round guy or 6th round guy, Flournoy is better. Now you're sitting and then and then you turn around the 3rd round you gave up for Tolbert. You wish you had that back. So it's not like they haven't. It's not like they haven't put pieces in there. They just, it's not hemorrhaging talent. They just missed here. They missed there, and it is what it is.
I do believe this though, Chris. I think them not hitting on a majority of their picks over the last 2 years hurt them a lot, because that's how the Cowboys choose to bolster their roster.
Right.
Missing on those last 2 draft classes.
When you put so much pressure on your draft classes to be the everything to your team, it's not bad. It's a terrible situation.
Yeah. Sports Guru said that coaching has been an issue before Flus. The same issues continue. Bad eyes, losing leverage, poor tackling.
Oh my God! Hey, Guru, spot on with that. We are one of the poorest tackling football teams in all of football. I think Cincinnati. It's between us and Cincinnati. Because I'm just a glutton for why I must be a magnet to bad defense, man. But I'm telling you, nobody tackles worse than those 2 teams right there. So I think you're gonna have to bring in, you're gonna do what you did want to do. You're gonna have to bring your 4th defensive coordinator in. And I think that's going to be hard for Jerry and Steven, because they don't like to pay anyone to sit at home.
That's true. In this case, though, do they got a choice? Because I mean, Chris, he fielded the worst defense in Cowboys history. They don't really got a choice in this case.
The only reason I don't like the fact of the matter that they do. Well, first off, they do have a choice. Let me bring this back. They do have a choice. I just don't like the way that Eberflus has fallen on the sword so easily. That he's taking it upon himself.
It's easy though. Is that easy?
Yeah.
You gotta remember how much of this came as a result of his inabilities. His
hey, listen, he can be. All he gotta do is jump up and say, "Hey, they didn't give me. They wanted me to make a sandwich, but they didn't give me no. They gave me 2 ends of the loaf. The butt ends of the loaf, the parts of the loaf, the bread that you don't even eat. Because I know you don't. Your waves are too pretty. You don't even eat the 2 ends of the sandwich. You ain't live hard like that. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know about them kind of like damn. I
got soft hands, Chris. I got soft hands.
No. Hey, but ain't too many calluses on them. Okay, ain't no calluses on, right? So all I'm saying is that they didn't give me what I needed to make this thing go. And God dang it, it's their fault. You know what I'm saying? He can do that. He can pull a full Nino Brown. See, this thing is bigger than Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
And I got a whole list of people going. If I'm going down, everybody going down. He could have pulled that, and I'd have had some respect for him. But he didn't.
So with that in mind, then, Chris, do you think that Eberflus could get another job?
I don't give a damn what he do. I know he might not get fired here.
Yeah.
He should, but he might, because the ownership doesn't like to pay people who sit at home. If I think this performance he put on this year, I don't think there's another GM, head coach, or anybody that's gonna let him come and be the DC or anything. He might go get a position job, but being a DC, that's far off.
Think that's done, head coach as well?
Yeah, what Guru? Oh, hell no. Head coach? No, definitely not as a head coach, because the indictment on him is that once he left the last place he was at, they turned around and it was almost the number one seed of the conference.
Yeah. No. So Malcolm is in the chat box saying, when they don't hit on the draft picks like the last 2 years, Cowboys have to participate in free agency a little bit more than what we have in previous years.
But Malcolm,
and then Sports Guru said they gave Flus all the tools to make the bread, but didn't give him the yeast. That's a bar right there.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, but going with what Malcolm said, Malcolm, you can't act like you're the smartest guy in the room, and you've been rocking with us. The thing with us
Mhm.
here, frankly, football man, coaching matters. That's
Absolutely.
number first and foremost. The second thing with us, man, is that you can't think that, oh, I'm going to do something totally different than what
Mhm.
everybody else in the league has been doing.
Mhm.
To try to build for team building, and
Mhm.
team building has to be a 365-day type of thing. That's what they say. Player acquisitions, 365 days a year. But it's not, because they don't want to deal in free agency. When jokers turn around and say, we're going to take our family vacation the first 2 weeks that the season
Mhm.
opens, they don't bullshit to me. And that's my
Mhm.
problem, Malcolm. You have to go ahead and go spend some of that money, not
Mhm.
just sign your guys, and not make it to the point that you drag out signing your guys. Because this
Mhm.
has been their MO. You got guys you need to pay. You flip all the switches on everybody you need to do to get all this money, and then
As
you
if
sit
you're
around.
gonna pay him.
Come on, and then you walk around like I'm the big bank. I'm big bank at the big Hank at the bank. I don't
Mhm.
want to pay no goddamn body, and you got people you need to pay so you can trigger other things that happen for your football team,
Mhm.
like last year where you
Yeah.
say, let's go ahead and flip the switches. We did.
Mhm.
Let's get Micah done, or let's trade Micah so we know what we're gonna do, so we can go to the draft and then do what we need to do. We don't do any of that. We
Yeah.
had that story swirling and swirling and swirling until 2 weeks before the season, and you come with that bullshit.
And to answer your question, Malcolm, he said, do you think that they've been leading towards that a little? That this past year they lead towards that a little. I don't. I don't
Nah,
necessarily agree with that because they bottom fished. They bottom fished with a lot of guys. I
oh
mean,
shoot.
just look, despite his success, Javonte Williams was a bottom fish.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Javonte Williams was, let's see how well he can do, and he
Yeah,
surprised everybody. He was a kind of bet on himself guy.
yeah.
My only problem is now I think you've seen the best of Javonte Williams, and now there's only the chance of him going down. So now,
Think so?
can he become? Yeah, oh yeah, I think
Hmm,
so. I think
hmm.
so. I
I'm,
think
I'm, not,
I
I'm not
think
quite
he.
sure about that. I'm not quite sure
No,
about that because
I go
if
ahead.
if we go by your rule, he's now more than like he's going to be 2 years removed from the injury that messed him up. He doesn't have a lot of carries on his body, even going back to college. Um, and then he's 26. I think he probably got 2 more years of good play from Javante
I,
because
I
you know what I believe. I believe that running backs go downhill once they hit age 28.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So here's another philosophy I have. Okay,
Sure.
this is another philosophy I have.
Mhm.
Um, not There are times where you'll see a back give you his best year,
Mhm.
and then there's a gradual decline. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a perfect. This is my example.
Mhm.
Zeke gave us 1,600 yards in 2016, right?
Yes.
And he never got back to that 1,600.
Yeah,
It was a
it was like
gradual
14, 12,
14, 12.
11, and
Yeah,
then
right, right,
you know what
right.
I'm
And then he
saying?
felt right. So I think Javante, being that his legs are better, but he's shown you he's got the propensity to get the shoulders banged up and things of that nature.
Mhm.
I think he can serve as my banger. He can be my David Montgomery in my
Yeah.
two back system. I still
Ideally, yeah,
need
that because that's what the league is now.
right. So
Mhm.
I think I can bring him back, but I have to go out and go find me a home run hitter. I got
Yeah.
to go find me a home run hitter in the draft. We're
Mhm.
going to talk about, we're really going to get into it now since we got one more week. I'm liking a
Mhm.
lot of the young running backs that are out there that you can
Mhm.
come in and be your lead guy, or can be your change of pace guy, and then eventually take that lead role
Mhm.
that might be available to you. So
Yeah.
definitely looking forward to that. And then that'll be when we start doing more draft stuff. But I think you've just seen the best of him. So even though we were like, when you saying he was a bottom fish, he was a, hey, let's see what happens. We also had the same thing. Now, Miles Sanders, to me, now that was a catfish. That joker was living on the bottom. He was definitely on the
Yeah.
bottom of, just getting whatever he could, and he didn't give us anything. So there we go.
Mhm. Um. So I'm glad that you mentioned like possibly seeing some of the young guys this week, Chris, because Javonte Williams' season is over. They went ahead and placed him on injured reserve
Good.
to free up a roster spot. Uh, 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 uh Malik Davis is also going to be out with his injury.
Cool.
So prior to us, this happened like as soon as I was introducing us in.
Okay.
Jadon Blue was the only active running back on the roster, but the Cowboys just activated Phil Maffa and Josh Butler. two guys who are going to play this week.
Okay.
So we're going to get to see Blue and Mafa, and Hunter Luke probably going to get some carries too here and there. But that's neither here nor there. But so we going to get to see a few of these young guys, Chris. So since after this game, they're going to fly back to Dallas, and it's going to be nothing but trash bags. My question to everyone here is, what guys do you want to see next week? That's my first question. So Malcolm here saying, your opinion, what would need to happen to show that the Cowboys are proactive instead of reactive? Being active in the beginning of free agency. That's what I need first and foremost. I need them to be active in the beginning of free agency. And not just in that second, third, fourth stage. So, like, I'll give you an example. The Cowboys have an edge rusher problem. Go out there and look at Trey Hendrickson. See what he's talking about. It just came out today that the Raiders are listening to people about Max Crosby. See what's up with that. Address your problems before the draft. That's first and foremost what I would really want to see. So that way you can go into the draft and take the best player. I think that's going to be the main important thing. Another proactive thing in these exit interviews, learn what your players like and get a coach that caters to those players. Talking about the defensive players in this case, right? So yeah, those are the things that I think would help repair a little bit of the image for the Cowboys, because for the last few years, especially after that 2023 season where they were as close as they ever could have been, I think you've seen a lot more fan apathy, and they have to do something to combat that. Now, one thing that I said before is, what guys would you really want to see in this last game? I think that for a lot of people, Blue and Mafa are going to be those guys, because behind Trevon Williams, you haven't had much at all this whole year. Yeah, you got a bit of carries from Malik Davis, but he's always been the guy that they told after they let him go, don't break your lease. Just go ahead and stay in the area. And he's always been that practice squad guy for the few years that he's been in the league. And sure, that this might have been his most productive season, but we know what Malik Davis is at the moment. We do. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the type of player that you would say with confidence, that's my number 2 guy. That's going to be the guy that is going to be in the rotation. All right, you back, bro?
Hey, my fault, bro. The boss called.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
I know you're a professional, but when the boss called, man, I gotta get out.
Professional, I can adjust. You know what I'm saying?
You can adjust, hey man. But hey, I'm not tearing up my home. Hey, yeah. I love our audience. I love them kicking with it. But when the boss called, hey, yeah, man, hold on. She told me, man,
we don't make the rules, Chris. That's one thing you gotta realize. Yeah. We don't make the rules here.
She told me to tell you and everybody, hello.
There we go. There we go.
Where we at, bro?
So, Chris, I was talking about how it's important for us to see Jaden Blue and Phil Mafa, because for the whole year, we've never known what we've had behind Trevon Williams. Yes, we have Malik Davis, but we've known what Malik Davis is because he's only been here for all of the few years of his young career. We know what he is, and I'm sure that they know what he is. So we gotta figure out what we got. And whether any of these guys on this roster, even if they decide to elevate Israel Abanikanda, to figure out what we can have as a running back too.
I think you get an opportunity with this one game to, like I said, we called it a glorified preseason game, but it's a preseason game. But it benefits Shotty to get to 8 games and have a winning season.
It benefits him.
It benefits him.
Don't benefit the scout. Yeah. It does not benefit the scout.
Yeah, but I think it also benefits just to the point of seeing what these guys are. What have they done their whole year, and seeing how they perform. I think if you remember back when Patrick Mahomes was a rookie, he was on the bench all year. Then he
Yep.
came in the last game of the season
Mm-hmm.
and played, and he was an eye opener for all of Kansas City, and they kind of knew what they had.
Yeah.
It'd be a great thing to see, Phil Maffa, Jaden Blue, Hunter Lemke, all these young guys who we want to see. Hey, what do we have that we can kind of get an assessment of what we have in our running back room? Nobody's in favor of drafting a running back high, and
No.
because we have so many limited top 100 picks,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to have to
We
wait till
got
you
two.
get.
We only got 2 picks in the top 100.
That's what I'm saying. You're
Yeah.
you're limited to 2. Hopefully, we can get another in the second and third or something like that by trading back, because that's what I want to have happen. But you don't want to have to wait for those 4 5s that you have late to try to go find a running back, because you definitely need to
Yeah.
go be able to find that guy this year
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you don't go do it in free agency. And if you go do it in free agency, who are you jettisoning to get that guy on the roster
Mhm.
and deal with the young guys you have? That's my biggest question.
We're gonna answer that question on Tuesday. That last question that you had, we're gonna answer that on Tuesday.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah. So Malcolm in here said, I need to see who's gonna be our left guard going into next year. I think Tyler Smith is gonna be our left tackle. I hope not.
Hey, Malcolm, go ahead.
We know that Tyler Smith is an all-pro guard. We've also got to see him at left tackle. He's a pretty good left tackle. But is he an all-pro left tackle? I don't think so. There's different nuances to fighting in that phone booth, to fighting with a little bit of space. You know what I'm saying? So while he is probably going to be your left tackle this game, out of need, because Tyler Guyton is hurt and has his own issues that he has to combat. I hope that this is just a 1 year thing. I mean, excuse me, a 1 game thing.
Did we ever find out what happened to Tyler Guyton, why he couldn't come back?
Injury. It was an injury.
What kind of injury?
Give me a second.
Because my whole point is, I'm just going to piggyback on what you said, and answer Malcolm's question from my side of the fence. What you're saying, I don't disagree with. My problem is that if a guy is all world at one thing and he's just good at the other one, I want to keep him where I can keep him all world.
Absolutely.
And there was nothing.
It was a high ankle sprain that he suffered against the Eagles, and they just put him on IR after that.
Gotcha. Okay, so high ankle sprain, those are usually
Like
4
to
6 weeks. So 4 to 6 weeks. So that's right around that time frame. 4 to 6 weeks.
It was actually he had an ankle sprain earlier this year.
Okay, so double ankle sprains, kind of rush back, things of that nature. Okay, and all right, and if we were going towards the playoffs, we'd probably play him, but we're not, so we shelving them pretty much, right? Okay, so my thing is that when Tyler Guyton was in there, he had a game or two he may have struggled, but he was head and shoulders better than he was in his rookie season. Which I said coming in, year 2 of Tyler Guyton was going to be great. So
this is year 3 now, though. This is year 3.
No,
he was drafted in 23.
He suffered. He suffered. No, this is his second year. This is his second year.
Oh, I'm tripping.
This is second year. This is second year. Yeah, because last year he was a rookie. He struggled. Everybody thought he was hot butter turkey ass. Everybody was ready to get rid of him. Right? I said, hey, he's gonna struggle. I put him back at left tackle. I let him go through another offseason, getting his body better in shape, feet still decent, go hang out with Duke, take the next step up, and
it all paid off. It all paid off.
It all
paid
paid
off.
off.
Like I already told you, and you're right, he was drafted last year. I don't know why I was thinking.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't judge rookies, Chris. So even though he had a bad year, I was like, look, man, he gonna get bigger, faster, stronger in that first full off season. And he's gonna be a better player.
Okay. So so going back to what I said, I'll have Tyler Smith out there to play right now.
Yeah,
I'm really just trying to figure.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to find out what I got as a depth piece with TJ Bass and how well he plays as a backup, or if I got to get somebody else in that position. But I am definitely moving Tyler Smith back into left guard slot. Go ahead and get Guyton ready for next year. I got Cooper Beebe. I know he's gonna be good. Booker has had a great rookie season.
Yeah.
He'll be probably all rookie team. My
Mhm.
only question is, man, right now, man, depending where I'm drafting,
Mhm.
and I know it's not gonna be, news to many people's ears,
Mhm.
but if I'm there, if I'm coming down the board and things are looking a certain kind of way and certain people off the board, if I go get the best right tackle on the board at that point at
Yeah.
one of those slots,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a kid from Miami. I don't care if it's a guy from Alabama. Those are my two top tackles right now. I love
Love
both
me
of
some
them.
Proctor. Love me some
Yeah, I know
Proctor.
you love Proctor, but I love my man in Miami as well. So,
Mhm.
but as long as I can solidify my offensive line, I can turn around and take a swing at some different areas. But
Mhm.
that Tyler Smith thing at left tackle, that's just crazy, man.
I don't
When
think.
the guy's all pro, when he's all pro with something, let him be all pro. We never talked about moving um Zach Martin out to tackle. We just always said whoever the right tackle had to get better.
Yep.
There was never a mindset of moving Zach Martin from right guard to right tackle. It's
Mhm.
just and even when we did do it in a pinch, guess what ended up happening? He had a season-ending injury.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm
Um.
good with that.
And even if there is language in his contract to allow him to move to left tackle, and maybe he'll make a bit more money and things like that.
Right.
Um, I think that your line just generally gets worse if you
Right.
just move him outside. He's a better guard, right? And then you get a much worse guard behind him in TJ Bass, right? Um, so I think being able to just have your inside of your line just
Your
be
guard,
a
center guard,
powerhouse.
your
Yes.
guard, center guard area protects your maturing
Yeah.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Your maturing quarterback, which you already got him uh is how it is.
hmm Um, but I I know that Terrence Steele's probably gonna have to play, right? And he's gonna he may not be long for this team. I think that they probably just have a little bit of buyer's remorse on that Steele contract and things of that nature. Um,
On Terrence Steele,
yeah, you
I
don't
don't
think
think
he got a bit of buyer's remorse?
I don't think he got buyer's remorse at all. I think um he turned around and got what he could from it. The guy just never got back. He was never ever a great pass blocker. He was a more dominant run blocker than anything. He, you
Mhm.
know, but his pass blocking skills kind of deteriorated. And
Yeah.
it is what it is. You got him through a
Mhm.
second deal. You didn't pay him top of the market. You had to pay to get a guy to play right tackle. Now you got to
Yeah.
go find a guy to play right tackle. You've
Mhm.
got some people in the building who can play. Nate Thomas can play. You're gonna have to find out what Cornelius can do. But
Mhm.
if you can go ahead and solidify that thing by um going and getting a top of the market right tackle in free agency
There we go.
and save have not to get a draft pick to do it, that
Mhm.
would also be ideal as well. I think you got to be able to go get dynamic players in the
Mhm.
draft. And then there are guys around the league who can play certain positions at a high enough level that you can pay them adequate money and bring them in. You've got to be able to deal with all four phases of team building. And
Yeah.
that has definitely got to be dealing with free agency as well as dealing with the the next two areas I like, you want to deal with free agency, you want to deal with the draft, but I also think the guys is going to get cut,
Yeah.
June cuts. Go and getting those guys. Shoot. Now
Mhm.
you find out to be able to use the UFL to go
Yeah.
find guys that can go ahead and play. So I mean, just use every phase available to you in team building.
So yeah, I agree. I agree that they should stop trying to fill
Put
all
all the
the
weight
holes
on
in
the.
free agency after
Yeah,
the draft. They should do that well before the draft, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah.
So like you mentioned, the right tackle, linebackers, defensive backs, edge rushers. Yeah, there's so much that they could do um prior to the draft so that they can draft honest. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Um,
it's too many holes
Yeah.
you have too few draft picks and too many
Hmm.
holes for you not to act as if you cannot use uh top tier, sign your own
Hmm.
top tier of the free agency, and top tier free agency, go get one or two guys in the top tier free agency as well, sign your own, and then go in the second and third tier and go find some pieces to fill in for depth. You got
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Yeah. Shoot, I'm sure Quentin would love his brother to come and play for the Cowboys, fill up that
Come on.
linebacker hole. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I need
Trey Hendrickson
about
will be out there.
who gonna be out
Trey
there?
Hendrickson.
Oh,
Hendrickson.
from the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already said, hey, we just gonna give him this raise and be done with him. See what he's up to. And those are ways for you to, like. Don't get me wrong, Chris. I would love to have Max Crosby, but you got a bit of a quandary on your hands when it comes to your lack of draft capital. So I'm not sure. Like, we can't afford Matt Crosby. Like, let's say the Raiders want 2 first-round picks. I can't pay 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby. I can't even pay like a first and a third or a fourth or whatever it is for Max Crosby, because that's
I,
gonna
I
give you.
see I see the disconnect between Max Crosby
Mm,
and the Raiders organization. I'm not giving them high dollar for him.
can't do it.
I got to fleece you. I
Mm,
got to get the money out you.
mm,
I got to get him from that damn the next to nothing, because he's already shown he don't want to play for you.
mm,
So go ahead, let's make it easy.
mm. Well,
If that's gonna
I
happen,
think the issue is he do want to play. He got mad when they sat him down. So the issue is he do want to play, and them saying, hey man, we trying to get these picks. That was just
but that's what I'm
to
saying.
him effect.
But if you're sitting him down because you're trying to keep him from being not having a chance of him not getting hurt and not being healthy, there's a disconnect some kind of way. But
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about guys who ain't even available to me. There are going to be
Mhm.
guys available to me
Mhm.
in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Gonna be available to me that I can look at all across the board. They're gonna
Mhm.
be that I know their contract is up, and I'm gonna be able to look at them. We're in college football. We're in portal season, so I'm able
Mhm.
to look at any and everybody. 4,000, 40, like 4,000 kids in the portal.
Mm.
Okay, what can I look at? You
Mhm.
know,
And
and
you busy at work, so just recruit.
hey, man, we just trying to figure out, man, what's gonna happen. But
Mm.
at the end of the day, folks got to make decisions, and those are
Yeah,
the kind of decisions people are trying to make, man. They're trying to make
for
those
sure.
kind of decisions.
For sure. So Chris, I talked about Jaden Blue, Phil Maffa, maybe getting Izzy up off of the practice squad. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm glad that Josh Butler um finally
Finally,
is gonna get his
finally
chance.
get okay,
Yeah.
because he's been
Because
kind of chirping
he
some
looked
about.
pretty good. He looked pretty good. And according
Okay.
to him, he's been healthy since week 6. But allegedly, because my phone ain't gold, it's like stainless steel or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, you know, they just couldn't make the numbers work as far as roster spots to be able to get him on there. So he had to say ouch for a little bit longer.
Okay. I
Hmm.
mean, I feel bad for Josh having to deal with that, but
Yeah.
this is part of the business. So only
Mhm.
thing we can look at now for him is he gets this one time to get out here and get back on the field and work off
Sure.
some of the rust. But if he's saying he's ready now, he's ready to show it. But
Hmm.
it still doesn't stop me from looking at my defensive back room and saying I still need some help. Because if
Yeah.
I got to
Oh
walk
yeah.
out there, if I got
Chris,
to walk out,
nobody on that
nobody,
defensive side of the ball stopped me from saying I need help. Outside of them
nobody.
defensive tackles.
Yeah, nobody. But the thing about it is because of what you turned around and had, what you got invested. Because you do have invested in, you got Butler, you've got Revel, you've got Carlson, and you got Bland. You got those four
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, but that don't stop me from going and getting the guy in the first round.
No, it doesn't.
Or
It
definitely
doesn't.
it definitely doesn't keep me from going and getting the guy in free agency, because
Hmm.
those guys are there.
Yep.
So
Um, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised that Overshawn isn't going to play.
mm,
Like
yeah,
he's missed a lot of time. I think that it's good for him to keep working back. You know what I'm saying? But like you always say, a severe knee injury, 12 to 18 months.
but
He
18 months.
he got hurt in like week 11 last year or week 12 or something like
Right,
that.
right,
He's
right.
barely a year
There you
removed
go.
from that ACL.
So
Um,
and then kept getting nicked up with little things, concussions
yeah,
here,
yeah,
banged up here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them guys was trying to rush back for the love of the team, for the love of the game, and you turn around and set yourself back a little bit further. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for those guys to make full recoveries going into mini camp and going
Mhm.
into the camp next year. That's what
Yeah,
I'm.
looking
That's what
forward
I'm
to that.
definitely gonna get the best. Yeah, get the best
Um,
from them.
I ain't gonna lie though. Overshawn don't stop me from taking no linebacker. Um,
Don't nobody stop me. There's not. Didn't you just say
hey,
emphatically that there's nobody
nobody
on
outside of
this
the
defense
defensive
out
tackle.
of them tackles, out of those
Mhm.
defensive tackles, keep me from going and getting somebody?
Yeah, yeah. I think we can go and sit Kenneth Murray down. He can be like your emergency guy, like your break glass in case of emergency, in case you need like
What
a
emergency?
breathing body on the field.
What emergency do I that I have? I already got a guy like that. I
Hmm.
got Logan Wilson. I got Logan Wilson there. He could be my break glass guy.
Hmm.
Did they put gosh, I forgot the dude name. Chicago dude.
Uh,
Uh
oh, he's on IR. He got hurt earlier.
oh, okay, yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's
Zach
crazy,
Sanborn.
man. Yeah, Sanborn. Okay, yeah, I got Luke Wilson there. Don't worry about it. I don't need to see Kenneth Murray on there. I don't need to see
Hmm.
him nowhere near the field.
So with Overshawn going, I hope that we get to see a lot of Shamar James and a lot of Maris Leopold. Um,
Gotta see him. Just figure out what they gonna see what they
yeah,
gonna do.
figure out who they
They've
are.
improved. Yeah. Yep.
Um, do you need to see more Sam Williams, Chris?
I mean, I know what Sam Williams is. I just want him to play out the rest of his contract.
Hmm.
I know what Sam
Um,
Williams is.
would you need to see more of Sam Williams or Donovan Esaraku?
No, I no. Okay, maybe I didn't say. Maybe you didn't hear me as clearly as
Mm,
I
okay,
didn't make this
got it.
emphatic for you.
Cool,
I
cool.
know who Sam Williams is.
Okay,
Don't give
okay.
a damn what he do. He go out here and get 5 sacks. I know he gonna do something stupid inside of that time frame. Izzy,
Mm-mm.
I just want him to continue to progress.
Yeah,
Sam Williams will, you're gonna go into the offseason and you're gonna keep him around just say, okay, I gotta have if I have to play football tomorrow, I need
yeah,
another defensive end. But he does not stop me from going and putting 2 to 3 more guys into that room.
yeah. Not at all. Not at all. Um, now I understand that this is the last game of the season, and we got two gangsters at wide receiver, Chris. I understand that. Maybe we could give some of those other guys a look. You know what? Because if Dak not playing the whole game, ain't no reason in all of them other guys playing the whole game. Ain't
Listen,
no
man,
need in Pickens
as
being out there.
as soon as Randy Dakota Prescott gets
Hmm.
his helmet taken away,
Yeah.
Sedarian Lamb gets his taken away,
Hmm.
and George Pickens gets his taken away.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be the Joe Milton, Joe
Hmm.
Tobert, Jonathan Mingo,
Hmm.
Ryan Flournoy
Yeah.
extravaganza.
There we go. That is who I would love to see a lot of. Give me a Flournoy, like you said, extravaganza. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that's who I would really love to see.
yeah, that's what
Get
I want.
just
That's what I
big
want to be able to
targets.
see. Yeah, I want to see those guys go out there, do their thing, get their targets, and make that thing go, man. Those are guys I want to see.
You know who I don't really need to see? Even once your two starters come off, Chris, I do not need to see Cavante Turpin running any routes.
Oh no, I don't want to listen. I only want to see Cavante Turpin. I want him to see him fair catching the football.
Mhm.
I think one guy, man, who has really suffered from the change of the special teams coordinator has
Yeah.
definitely been him. But I don't know if they put too much on little man's plate, man. I
Mhm.
don't, man. But yeah, I don't need to see him doing any jet sweeps, no nothing, none of that. We
None of
good,
that.
none
No,
of that.
no trickeration. None of that.
No, no, I'm good. I'm good with a little small, speedy guy.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing him.
Chris, I gotta answer a phone call right quick. Can
Okay.
you hold on for like 2 minutes?
Yeah, I can do that, man. I can rock it. But yeah, I mean, I think, as we've gone down through the list of who we need to see, who we don't need to see, the biggest thing for us is above all is just coming out healthy. I don't want to see anyone else don't want to see any like end of the year, ankle sprains, anything of that nature, so we can get to the point of we're here at this juncture of looking at just being able to evaluate the whole roster from top to bottom, and we're going to be able to do that going into next week. We're going to have my man B Bird on, man. Super excited about seeing him next Tuesday, man. So make sure y'all join with us in next Tuesday to rock with him and talk about who you want to pack up, who would you help pack and get about the building. But getting those guys in place. There are very few people on this team that I don't have a desire not to see. I do hopefully, but I don't think Nate Thomas is going to play this week. I did want to see Nate Thomas get back on the field and be productive. I want to be able to see how the season ends up for Desmond Izaraku, because I still want him to continue to keep stacking great days going into the end of the year as well as the next year, where he can go ahead and start pulling some of those tools out of his bag that we saw with him in college and coming into the league. My linebacker room has got to be totally overhauled. I don't see anything in our linebacker room. I want to keep Overshown. Louis is who he is. What his draft prospect says he was. He's still been that guy, late to react, runs fast to it, misses tackles, things of that nature. So I need to be able to see that. But Chad, I really want to be able to see, really on the next step. And thanks for coming back, B.
There we
Is
go.
and what I was saying was basically, man, I don't care about who we have anybody come of the guys. I just want to see us be able to get out of this thing healthy.
And
Kind
hopefully
of
lose,
preview.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hopefully lose.
Listen, man, I know Shotty gonna call one of the better games of his life, because that dude, it's all about him this week.
Yeah.
It ain't about nobody but him this week, man.
Mhm.
He's going. I don't know how long he's planning on leaving Rain in. I was thinking he wouldn't play him, but because he wants this dub, he's gonna play him till he gets the lead.
Yeah, probably. I think that having your first season not be a losing one is probably a great deal of pride for Shotty.
But the thing about it, though, man, there is no league that's safe with these jokers.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, man.
Are you what is the word? Evaluating your defensive position coaches as well, or is Eberflus the main area of concern?
Man, listen. Man, you could wipe that whole side of the ball out, man. I wouldn't care.
Oh, you don't care about none of
it. I don't care about them, because no
White Cotton, none of that.
All of them guys could go.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. You kind of brought White Cotton over, like you said before, last video. Bring White Cotton over so we can go ahead and get Quentin Williams. Quentin's here now. We can get rid of White Cotton.
Yeah, okay.
I don't even know who the linebackers coach is, and it might be Eberflus. If it's him, he's terrible. So I want him.
Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it probably is him, because you know that he was the linebacker whisperer.
Yeah.
My second. Scratch that off of your resume, by the way.
Yeah. Don't ever put that up there. There's only one guy who gets a moniker behind their name. That's running game. That's running game Moses, and he's no longer with Callahan, and he's no longer. So the DB coach, man, kick his ass. His cue card don't need to work anymore. I can pretty much wipe out that whole side of the ball. There's nobody I'm impressed with over there, along with the special teams coach, which hurts me because Nick Sorensen's is a Hokie, but he can go too. There's very few pieces over there can be kept.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I can't think of a defensive coach that has earned the right to stay here. Which does kind of suck, because continuity was like a talking point earlier this year, and so you're gonna have guys who are young guys, older guys, etc. They can have to learn a lot of different things, practicing the way that their position coach wants to practice, outside of just the defensive scheme and everything. You know what I'm saying? Sleazy is in the chat saying, I hope it ain't Wink talking about Wink Martindale. Watch it be Wink.
Yeah,
man, I would be sick. I'm not gonna lie to you, I would be sick, man. Because you got so many other teams who are developing very solid coaching trees right now. Houston, gotta because D'Amico Ryan is a defensive mastermind in himself, but you got all of his position coaches. You got the San Francisco guys, you got the Rams guys, you got the who else? Minnesota guys. You got plenty of guys who could be a prospect for not just defensive coordinator, but you can look at some of these assistants to make them position coaches and all types of stuff. But just hiring someone that and circumventing the whole process, man, it's like dumping poison into a well.
Hey man, it's just old. It's played out. It's something that
Mhm.
they've done for so long, and I'm just tired of seeing them doing it over and over and
And
over
oh,
again.
my bad, Denver guys as well. I forgot the biggest one.
Yeah, you got. I mean, you got a lot of good. You got a lot of good defenses, man. And
Yeah.
it's just you just gotta go find a guy. Hey, you might not know him. Might know his background, things of that nature.
Hmm.
But right now, you're going on your fourth one. It's time to change up that moniker. How you pick your DCs.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
here's
mhm.
here's the thing. They might say, "Oh, well, look at what we did with Shoddy. We doing something right."
Yeah, but you know what? It's a lot easier to do it when you got marquee guys in
Hmm.
those positions.
Yeah.
You got a bona fide top five, top seven, top 10 quarterback. You've got arguably the best duo in with the wide receivers. You've got a young and upcoming offensive line, so it's a little bit easier to make those things work. When you got holes, seven, five, six, seven holes on your defense,
Hmm.
dude, it's hard for anybody to make it work. So go ahead and let somebody get, even if you got to go through. See, here's the argument you have firing back with Shoddy. Well, I didn't really get all the pieces I need to make this thing work. If you give
Hmm.
me a year where I can get all the pieces I need to make this thing work, I can make it work. I don't want
Hmm.
to go through that. I don't
No.
really like you like that no more.
Yeah.
I'm ready to move on. So
Do you think that's something that Eberflus is probably saying to try to save
you
his
got
job?
them right. That's what he's saying. He's trying to save
Mm,
his job.
mm,
Hey, I didn't get all my pieces, but that's why I said he fell on the sword so easily by saying,
yeah.
hey, it's my fault. No,
Mm.
point it out. They didn't give me what I needed to do, what I needed to do.
And
Then
I,
go from
I
there.
hate I hate that sort of like a performative accountability. Um, because Eberflus had, I think I want to say it was like 2 or 3 days ago, had a presser. And he said, "Okay, this falls on me. I'm the DC," just like you said, right? But then later on in the same interview, he said, "I wouldn't do anything different this year. I would have played all of the same guys this year." So is it something that, okay, I'm accountable for it and all of that, or would you go and produce the exact same results by doing everything the same? You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, that was performative. That sounded like a man who had accepted his fate.
I mean, it just sounded like a guy who just kind of wanted to take the heat off of everybody whose
Hmm.
fault it was. Just, hey man, it is what it is. You
Hmm.
were the guys who put him out there. But if
Yeah.
you're gonna say I would have played the same guys, then that
Hmm.
that don't answer the question because
Yeah.
see the front office has got to get the blame for this because
Hmm.
it wasn't like we said, hey, go into free agency and go get a D tackle. Hey, go into free agency and go get
Hmm.
a better linebacker. They
Yeah.
went into free agency and they went and got the two worst linebackers they could find.
Hmm.
The absolute two worst they could find.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't go get a D tackle until late. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They didn't go get a defensive end like they should have.
Nope.
They didn't do any of that. They let folks walk. You
Hmm.
turned around and you fought with Trayvon all off season just
Hmm.
to turn around at the end of the season to cut him. The
Yep.
crazy part about everybody that you got rid of is in the playoffs, except for
Yep.
your ass.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Jordan Lewis hurt, but in the playoffs. Michael Parsons hurt, but in the playoffs. Trayvon Diggs now hurt in the playoffs. I mean, excuse me, not hurt, but all for the team in the playoffs. D Law in the playoffs.
Right.
So yeah.
Deshaun Wright in the
Yeah.
playoffs. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't want to hear none of that. All these people you sent elsewhere, you said we're better off without you. All of them is playing extra games. Your ass is going to New York to go ahead and put trash bags out for everybody else.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we got a couple days, a couple weeks, couple months to really break this thing down. And we got to start putting out some draft videos too. Because Chris,
Huh.
you think Ruben Bain is the best edge rusher?
Listen, bro, I am holding off.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. I'm going to take this from our good friend John Herndon.
Mm-hmm.
John Herndon asked me, Chris, what kind of defense do you like?
Mm-hmm.
And I hemmed and hawed behind it. John's answer is that he likes violence, he likes disruption, he likes chaos,
Mm-hmm.
and that's everything that you can say about Ruben Bain.
Mm-hmm.
He brings disruption, he
Mm-hmm.
brings violence, and upon his arrival is chaos. So
Mm-hmm.
I love him. I love Isidore. I love Isidore, who plays for him with him at Miami. There's some. I understand you're a big, Falk guy. I
Yeah,
think Falk's a Texas A&M guy, right? Or Texas
Auburn,
Tech.
Auburn.
Auburn guy. We got some guys at Texas Tech. We got a gang of guys we're gonna look at, man. But I love Ruben Bain. I love
Hmm.
him. Like I said, kind of close, a little bit close to this college thing, and I got to watch him, you know, firsthand. A couple years back when Marvin Harrison Jr. was in college, I had the opportunity to see him like up. I was up and close and personal and talk to him and things of that nature. And I got to watch him play in a real game and live, and you could
Hmm.
see that dude's different.
Hmm.
Ruben Bain's different. He's
Hmm.
different. So I'm
Watch
excited
Peter
for him.
Woods yesterday. Like Peter Woods.
I like
Like
Peter
Peter
Woods.
Woods.
I like Peter
I
Woods as a
I think
junior.
Bain is better, but I like Peter Woods.
I like Peter Woods
Peter
more
Woods
as a
probably
junior.
need to play inside.
Yeah, Peter Woods. Well,
He probably
Peter
need to play
Woods.
inside.
Who you talking about, Bain or
No,
Woods?
Peter Woods.
Yeah, well, he's the inside guy anyway, but he was
Hmm.
better his junior year than he was his
He
senior
played
year.
on the edge some, but you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I'm just
Um
trying to show his versatility.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, definitely like Keldrick Faulk. David Bailey, Texas Tech. Like
Yeah,
him a lot too.
listen, you got plenty of time to get your pet cat, and
Hmm.
we're gonna have a show. We're gonna have a show. We're in this process halfway through it. We're gonna
Hmm.
put your pet. Everybody gonna put their pet cat out. But
Uh-huh.
as for right now, man, we 56 minutes into this thing, man.
Yeah,
We got a
yeah.
lot. We got a lot of stuff to get on the board here,
Hmm.
draft wise.
Yeah.
Draft wise.
Get us up out of here, Chris.
Listen, man. Thank each and every one of y'all, man, for rocking with us all season long to the regular season, man. I know we had our times we were in and out, man. Life is lifing.
Hmm.
Brandon's super duper busy. I'm extremely busy doing other things outside of this, but I love coming hanging out with my main man, talking about these Dallas Cowboys, man. Listen, the four things we always like for you to do, man. We like you to like, share, subscribe, and add something into the comment box, man. Pertaining to the show, continue to help us get towards our goal. Our goal is to get to 500, and we're about to be to the point where we're gonna be able to do a little bit of time on Facebook. B told me, say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Chris, we got enough followers on Facebook." I'm like, "Dang, okay," because I don't even go on Facebook. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, so that's dope, man. So we
Hey,
just expanded, man,
one
expanded our
thing,
horizons.
Bluff told me how important it is to share on Facebook because
Yeah,
younger people they'll stream on YouTube and watch somebody live on Twitter and all of that. But the people that got a little bit of gray hair,
oh
they
yeah,
be on Facebook
got a
now. So
little, yeah. They
yeah,
do Facebook.
a
That's
little bit of
what's up, man.
seasoning.
Yeah, a little seasoning with it, yeah. But
Hmm.
man, that's what us, man. Listen, man, we the two guys, man, who love kicking with you, man. At the family cookout, we always over here playing spades in the corner, talking stuff, running a Boston on your ass when it
Hmm.
comes to this Dallas Cowboy content, man. And we will forever together be Frankly Football. And until next time,
Peace.
peace.